Tonight, we are hearing from officials in Newport on what to do in the case of a flood. This is coming now 3 months after floods from Hurricane Helene ripped through that area. Yesterday, the area along the Pigeon River saw flooding for the first time since Helene. It prompted water to be released from the Waterville Dam in North Carolina. The influx of water led the Pigeon Rivers to swell to nearly 12 feet and also taking heavy equipment and other debris downstream from a nearby power plant along the river. Now, those floods from Helene have drastically changed the river's scape, but also the way people respond to flooding. 6 on Your Side reporter Naomi Hilmer went out to Cocke County today and spoke with county leaders on what residents should do if there's another flood.
Helene was a generational event. It's going to take us years to recover from, but this was not that.
Cocke County EMA Director Joe Esway says the way the community responds to floods has drastically changed since Hurricane Helene.
And put me in a position to have to go on social media last night and ask everybody to enhance their calm.
He says since the hurricane, residents will need to relearn what they know about flooding in the area.
There are places that are deeper than there were before. There are places that are much shallower than there were before. And what we've experienced in the past as typical flood areas may not be typical any longer.
In order to reduce panic, he says staying informed on the situation and having an emergency plan could ease the minds of those living here.
In the absence of accurate, timely, and credible information, people will always move to their own worst fears, and once they get there, it's very difficult to walk that back. So the key is to make sure that information flows as we get it, that's timely, accurate, and credible, and that generally keeps people in a state of calm.
And for those who might not have access to timely information, he urges neighbors to check in on each other.
So I always encourage everyone to check on our elderly and disabled neighbors to make sure that they have a plan in place to evacuate if need be, to make sure that they have the necessities to get through an event. And one of the other things I like to remind people is don't leave your animals behind. We'll make accommodations for the fur babies.
So no one is left behind. In Cocke County, Naomi Hilmer, 6 on Your Side.
Now, Cocke County EMA tells us the only road closure from the flood is off Trail Hollow Road, where crews are actively repairing it. They also say the power plant has located most of the equipment that was swept into the Pigeon River yesterday and are working together now to remove the debris.